Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Yesterday, Manchester United beat West Ham 1-0 at Old Trafford. The goal came from a Marcus Rashford header in the first half. It was Marcus Rashford's 100th goal for Manchester United. Marcus Rashford did admit he wasn't in the right head space. The Rashford goal came from a Christian Eriksen cross. By the way, I'd like to wish Marcus Rashford a happy 25th birthday. Rashford, of course, scored in the 3-0 win against FC Sheriff. Marcus Rashford could have had more than the one goal against West Ham. He had an opportunity where he headed it, produced a save from the West Ham goalkeeper, and he had another chance where it just went wide. Marcus Rashford just has to be more clinical in front of goal. Cristiano Ronaldo, he had some opportunities in the game. Ronaldo obviously scored in the 3-0 win against FC Sheriff. That was his return. It was Ronaldo's 701st career goal. Ronaldo, as you all know, missed the 1-1 draw with Chelsea as a punishment for refusing to come on in the 2-0 win against Tottenham. As you all know, he stormed down the tunnel before full time in that game. And after that, Erik ten Hag did immediately say that he would deal with Ronaldo. Not so long ago, Ronaldo was at Carrington. He had showdown talks with Erik ten Hag over his Man United future. Yesterday, we saw Fred hit the post, so he was unlucky not to score. West Ham, they really went for it. You know, they had some good chances. Declan Rice had a long-range effort, produced a fantastic save from David De Gea. Mikel Antonio had a good chance, produced another good save from De Gea. And Kurt Zouma also had a chance, and De Gea made a good save. And De Gea made a save to deny Jarrod Bowen in the game, but Jarrod Bowen was offside anyway. Erik ten Hag praised David De Gea. I thought Diego Dalot put another good performance out. I thought he put some good crosses into the box. He got forward well. As you all know, Diego Dalot is Manchester United's first choice right back. So reflecting on that, there's no way back for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. As you all know, Dalot scored in the 3-0 win against FC Sheriff. That was Dalot's second goal for the club. It was a near post header. Martinez, he put another very good performance out. But yeah, reflecting on the win, Manchester United are now just 1 point behind top 4. Man United are now unbeaten in the last 8 in all competitions. As for West Ham, obviously they did have some players missing. Obviously, there was no Maxwell Cornet. He was out with injury, and they had 2 other players missing as well. Jarrod Bowen obviously was playing. He just come back from injury. Prior to the game, David Moyes did confirm that, Bowen was back in training. West Ham, though, have actually been doing well at home. Like I said, they've won the last 6 home games in a row in all competitions. West Ham, though, like I said prior to this game, have a terrible record at Old Trafford. The last time West Ham won at Old Trafford in the Premier League was back in 2007, which is 15 years ago now. West Ham did win at Old Trafford, though, in the Carabao Cup last season, 1-0, and Man United beat West Ham 1-0 at Old Trafford in the league last season. As you all know, West Ham have obviously lost players. They lost Yarmolenko on a free. They lost Issa Diop. They loaned Nikola Vlasic out. They lost Ryan Fredericks. A few years ago, West Ham lost Sebastian Haller. Mark Noble left. Mark Noble was too old anyway. He was at West Ham for a long time. So they are players that West Ham have lost. Obviously, the West Ham manager is David Moyes. He was having a reunion with Manchester United yesterday. David Moyes is obviously in his second spell at West Ham. He's been the West Ham manager for almost 3 years in his second spell. He's under contract with West Ham until 2024. The season before last, Moyes guided West Ham to a 6th place finish. So reflecting on that, he got them into the Europa League. Moyes didn't do so well in his first spell at West Ham. He ended up getting sacked. Before managed Real Sociedad, I think he got sacked from them. Before managed Sunderland, got sacked from them because he got Sunderland relegated. And obviously managed Manchester United for around 9 or 10 months. He only enjoyed a short managerial tenure at the club. Man United did finish 7th under the David Moyes era. I think that's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Obviously, when Ferguson retired almost 10 years ago, he decided to recommend David Moyes in, which was a mistake, but the reasons he did that is because they're both Scottish, and at that time Ferguson had a lot of time for Moyes. And obviously before Moyes managed Everton, you got to admire what he did there. He was a very long-serving manager at Everton. He enjoyed around 11 years with them. And before he managed Preston, so they are the clubs he's managed in his managerial career. But anyway, Manchester United's next game is Real Sociedad in the Europa League. It's Man United's final game of the group stage. Doesn't matter if we don't win, Man United have already qualified for the knockout stages of the Europa League. Man United have won 4 games out of 5. Obviously Varane, he's still out with injury. Varane came off injured in the 1-1 draw with Chelsea the other week. It was a thigh injury. Varane went off the pitch in tears. And it said after that Varane is likely to miss the first World Cup match. Obviously, yesterday against West Ham, Harry Maguire started ahead of Varane. Sometimes, when Varane's not available, Lindelof starts ahead of Varane. Erik ten Hag, he's doing a really good job as Manchester United manager. And I've always said Erik ten Hag's a good manager. He needs time at Man United. This is his first full season. His expectations this season will be to get Man United a top 4 finish. And if he can get us a top 4 finish, I'd underline that and say that's a good first full season, then build from that. If he could win a trophy as well as a top 4 finish, that'd be even better. You know, Man United have not won a domestic trophy for around 5 years. Erik ten Hag, earlier on this year, won Premier League Manager of the Month. Earlier on this year, Erik ten Hag replaced Ralf Rangnick. He's under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of an additional year. And he's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. He's Erik ten Hag. Revert back to when Ten Hag was at Ajax, he did very well because he won every device titles, he won Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got them to the semi-finals of the Champions League and he developed the young players well. Ten Hag so far has made 6 signings as Man United manager. Obviously he brought Tyrell Malacia in, Christian Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, Antony, Casemiro and Dubravka. Man United have spent over 200 million this year. Let me put into the equation that Ten Hag's got rid of players as well, but despite that, he's still inheriting players who other managers have brought in. We've seen a lot of players leave the club this year. Obviously, we loaned Alex Telles out to Sevilla. We loaned Dean Henderson out to Nottingham Forest. We loaned Eric Bailly out to Marseille. We let Lee Grant leave earlier on this year. We let Matic and Pogba both go on free transfers. Lingard went on a free transfer to Forest. We let Mata and Cavani leave on free transfers. Man United loaned Ethan Laird out to QPR. We loaned Hannibal Mejbra out to Birmingham. We loaned Amad Diallo Traore out to Sunderland. Man United obviously sold James Garner to Everton. We sold Andres Pereira to Fulham. So they are a lot of the players that Man United have let go this year. And more players will be leaving the club next year. So right guys, I'll be doing another video. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.